to Radio Law Talk. Here's Fred, Denise, and Todd.
Madison Brengle is suing over an injury from a blood test. Now, she's a tennis player. I'm not a huge tennis follower, but I know she's a tennis player that was pretty dang good, top 50, one of the top 50 players. And she's suing the Women's Tennis Association and International Tennis Federation for blood testing procedures. Apparently, she has a very rare, I don't know you want to call it a disease or a rare
condition.
It's just a condition that she's got.
Yeah, that makes it so that needles actually cause her stress or problems.
It causes severe pain into whatever extremity where a needle punctures her skin. And they took this, they take it out of the right arm, which is the same arm that she uses when she's serving a tennis ball, and yeah,
and she
had tried previously to take it out of her foot, thinking that it was going to be better, and she documented how her foot swelled up and bruised, and she had severe pain in her foot, and she actually had to quit that tournament.
Yeah, so she's talking about that. One thing interesting is she found it runs in the family that her grandmother was in a coma, she's claiming, and while in the coma, that she wasn't talking or anything, they stuck the grandma with and just
took her blood,
and she started yelling and screamed. And here she's in a coma, hasn't talked forever, and so she said it's kind of runs in the family. But here's some interesting statistics. It's called complex regional pain syndrome, induced by vein puncture. And so, here's the Tennis Association. How do they, you're not going to do it, then how's that fair? And so, in fact, they even said at one point, we'll blindfold you. Yeah. And apparently she said after she got this testing that her arm is locked. She said, quote, "I felt like my arm was getting cut off. I'm screaming in pain because I wasn't expecting to get that shot in the vein." Yeah.
Now, that quote that you're reading from there is actually when she was describing when this condition first manifested itself.
Right.
She didn't have any problem with immunizations or injections or anything until she was about 17 years old.
Right.
Then she went in to have her wisdom teeth pulled when she was 17, and that's the first time, and that's when she says it was at that time she felt like her arm was getting cut off, screaming in pain, like lightning, acid being poured on the skin, and since that time,
she's had this condition.
She's had this condition that didn't manifest itself until she was 17. And I would think that they would have to show proof that actually happened, and affidavits from this oral surgeon and everything that took place, because I'm sure that the first question they had for her, which was, how did you ever get your immunizations as a kid if you have this congenital defect?
Right. So, but the interesting thing is she's asking damages in excess of $10 million. Over her career, she has won $2.22 million in prize money. But here's the thing that, again, it all looks at what happened after she had this shot. And her arm supposedly had some issues.
It still does, according to her.
According to the Tennis Abstract, from the start, and this is actually New York Times reported this, according to the Tennis Abstract, from the start of 2015 until 2016, the U.S. Open, Brengle hit at least one ace 48 out of 72 times. Okay, so keep this in mind, 66.6%, and won less than 50% of the first serve points. Okay, at 13.9%. It then changes to a 27.9% and a 13.1%. So it drops fairly dramatically. That then now she's not able to do so well. But however, she did beat Serena Williams in January. She beat Serena Williams in a windswept day at Auckland. So she has beat some pretty well-known players, but she used to be targeted. It said January of last year, so 2017.
Okay, got it.
So, but here's the thing that's interesting is she was top 50, but now she's ranked 83rd, or as of today, I don't know. That was as of a few months ago, but today, as of 2 months since this report,
and they gave her what I found interesting was they had given her a year where she didn't have to have the test. She didn't have to have the blood test. So they gave her 1 year, and she's also requesting that be extended for her life.
Yeah, and the thing that's interesting, they said, well, why don't you do a urine test? Because you can use a urine test, but apparently the association is saying that's not. You can trick it more.
Enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough. You can trick it more. So I ask, legally I could see her issues there, but then you ask yourself, how's that fair to everybody else? Is there a way that now, I've got that problem, and if you're doping, you can try to, and she probably does literally have that issue, and if doctors testify to such, then how is that fair? How do they stop someone from doping?